Jeremy Darroch is standing down as the chief executive of Sky. He'll be replaced by Dana Strong, an executive with Sky's parent company, Comcast. Let's go live to the city. Our business presenter, Ian King, is there. Hi to you, Ian. Do you know why he's moving on?
Well, he's been chief executive of Sky, Colin, for 13 years, which is an extraordinarily long period of time. Sky floated on the stock market 26 years ago, and Jeremy Darroch has been chief executive for nearly half of that time. It obviously was taken over by Comcast at the end of 2018 for £30 billion. So it's an extraordinary long tenure by anyone's stretch of the imagination. The average FTSE 100 chief executive is only in the job for 5 years or so. And I think Mr Darroch feels that having overseen the integration of Sky into the broader Comcast business, this is now a good time for him to be stepping aside and concentrate on other opportunities. He has a lot of other interests outside of the business. He has, for example, been an ambassador for the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund, and he's also currently chairman of Business in the Community, which is a role that he's had for 3 years, as well as serving on the boards of Burberry and Marks and Spencer. So I suspect he will be looking to cast his eye further afield. In the meantime, Colin, Jeremy Darroch will be becoming executive chairman of Sky, and that's in order to oversee a seamless transition. And after that, he will remain an advisor to the business, so he is not walking away entirely. Now, in the press release that's been put out, Jeremy Darroch says, "It's been a privilege to lead Sky for 13 years and an experience that I've looked forward to every day. So the decision to leave has not been easy. But with the business now firmly settled into the wider Comcast corporation and a strong plan in place, now is the right time. I feel incredibly lucky to have been surrounded by colleagues who care as deeply as I do about the business and our customers, and who work tirelessly every day to make their lives better." Now, he will be very sorely missed. I don't think there's any question about that. He's overseen a huge expansion of Sky during his time at the helm. The business has trebled in size. It's now Europe's biggest pay TV and broadband provider with some 24 million customers. He oversaw, of course, the takeovers of sister companies Sky Italia and Sky Deutschland in 2014, as well as launching a whole panoply of new products and services, including Sky HD, Sky Q, Sky Go, Now TV. He took the business into streaming, and of course he's overseen an enormous expansion in production as well at the business. Sky recently announced a big expansion of film studios at Elstree, in which the company is going to be investing something like £3 billion over the next 5 years. So he's been a very, very influential chief executive in the media sector. And of course, worth pointing out, he did oversee that takeover of Sky by Comcast just over 2 years ago, which saw the company forming part of one of the world's biggest entertainment companies, and no mean feat to have achieved all of that. So, as I say, it's been a very distinguished period at the helm of Sky. He's only the 5th chief executive of Sky since this business floated on the stock market in 1994, and as I say, by far and away the longest serving. It has been quite some tenure. Now, Dana Strong, who is his successor, Dana Strong is currently president of consumer services at Comcast Cable. As you said, Colin, that's part of the wider Comcast empire, and that business is currently America's largest broadband and pay TV provider. She's also worked extensively in other parts of the industry for many years, working for Liberty Media, Liberty Global, which is, of course, the parent company of Virgin Media, where she was chief operating officer. She holds both Australian and American citizenship because she worked for 8 years running one of Australia's leading satellite TV providers, and she's also more recently worked as head of UPC Ireland, which is Liberty's Irish pay TV and satellite business. And of course, Ireland is a very, very key market for Sky as well. So she knows the media landscape exceptionally well. Worth pointing out, Colin, very interestingly, one of the things that she's been doing during her time at Comcast Cable is running a programme to get internet connectivity to low-paid American households. And to that extent, she's overseen the signing up of some 8 million Americans to the internet during her time at the helm. So there's a wider sort of societal piece there that she's played a part in there. I can tell you there's a statement from Dana Strong on the press release as well. She says, "There are few businesses that have the track record of Sky, and I'm delighted to have the opportunity to lead the company. I've always admired Sky's innovation, brand and exceptional focus on the customer. I look forward to working with this incredible team to continue to grow the business and shape the next chapter for Sky. And there are also words from Brian Roberts, of course, who's the chairman and chief executive of Comcast as well, and the man, of course, who oversaw that takeover of Sky back in 2018.